Alright everybody, I got a quick but very important video here. I'm decided that after talking to a lot of developers over the years, especially those either starting out or just having trouble getting their games in front of YouTubers or just regular sites in general, that I wanted to open up the doors to allow people to pitch games to myself and to Game Wisdom that I can cover for them. That way it can at least help in terms of getting a little bit of notoriety for them and get in front of you guys so maybe you will enjoy one of these games. But because I know that by doing this I'm effectively opening up Pandora's box or releasing the dam of the flood of games that will be coming to me, I wanted to set some guidelines and rules, and that is the purpose of this video. So, point one is that if you would like to submit a game for me to look at, please send me an email, josh@game-wisdom.com. That's the best way to get in touch with me. The second point is, if you submit a game like this, I will cover games either through a video spotlight here, a written review on gamewisdom.com, or a combination of both. It all depends on the game in question and the best way I feel to cover it. By submitting a game this way, it doesn't guarantee you a choice of which one that I will look at. Now the next point, regarding what games I can cover. Now I am somewhat limited in terms of platforms. I have a 3DS, PS4, and my computer. So iOS and mobile is out at the moment. At some point I would like to get my hands on a Nintendo Switch, which will open up the door for that. But that is more for the future. Now this next point is very important, and that is in terms of the game that you would like to submit. I know when it comes to indie development that it can be very tempting to immediately send out the very first version of your game for someone to look at. And I just want to make the point clear that please make sure that your game is reasonably along before you send it over to me. That will make my life easier, and it will guarantee that I can at least look at the current best version of your game. So please don't send over any prototypes or pre-alpha builds. I'm not a beta tester, and this is not a way of getting free beta testing for your game. If you want to do something along those lines, have a closed beta or go on early access. Basically, you should be sending your game over when it's far enough along that I can play it and have a reasonably good idea that this is what your game is going to be like in how many months or years that are left on the design. And again, the further along, the better. Now, another point in terms of quality, and this is a big one, I will not be looking at games that are below my standards, which means no asset flips, no shovelware, no games designed intentionally to spark controversy or deliver hate messages or anything like that. If I'm going to take the time and energy to look at your game, then I expect you to do the time and energy to put forward a quality product. And I'm sure most of you who are watching this video right now or listening to it, that you're going to be wanting to put your best foot forward anyway. But this is just a stopgap for people who would want to just try and exploit this. I've seen early access, I've seen greenlight, so I know well enough that there are people out there who've given the chance will try to make a buck like that. But let me just say that if you try to submit anything that is below the standards that I've set, your game will not get covered, period. And you know who you are. But that's all the points that I have for right now. Like I said, this is for people who are making their first game, or they're making something that is very hard to market. And I know how a lot of YouTubers, and like I said, other game sites, can sometimes just completely gloss over people like this, especially when it's not the new hotness. So this is kind of a way for me to expand my coverage and help you guys get in front of people who may be interested in your game. And again, you never know what video or what coverage will spark that interest. So if you are an indie developer watching this, or know someone who's working on a game, please share this video. And like I said, send me a message, josh at game-wisdom.com. If you have any questions or any points you would like me to elaborate on, please leave a comment below or send an email. But that's going to do it, and I hope to hear from some indie developers in the future.